The Pepsodent Show, presenting A Date with Judy.
Hello, Judy. What are you doing Tuesday night?
Why, nothing.
Oh, swell. Can I have a date with you?
Oh, of course. Sure, you certainly can. Who is this?
You've got a date with Judy, chaperoned by Pepsodent. You'll meet Judy in just a moment, but right now let me tell you about another date you have. A date down at your corner store to get some Pepsodent tooth powder. And that's an important date, for it'll mark the beginning of a brighter smile than you've ever had before. And lots of brighter dates, too. For you see, Pepsodent with Irium contains the patented polishing agent, composite metaphosphate, that not only makes your teeth feel so clean, but also makes your teeth look so bright. And Pepsodent's the only tooth powder in the world that contains this marvelous ingredient. So remember your date at the corner store. Get a package of Pepsodent tooth powder tonight. And now, slick back your hair and straighten your tie. You have a date with Judy. The town Judy Foster lives in is not small and not large. But if Judy were to take the census, she'd count only the men. With Judy, there are always too few, or too many, as the case may be. Right now, there's one too many in the Foster living room, a creature named Herbert. And about Herbert, Judy has this to say.
Mother, dear, he's about the droopiest dick I've ever been the cause of sitting on our sofa. And I've been the cause of some true positively droopy itch sitting on our sofa. Mother, darling, would you please, as a special favor, go downstairs and be simply precious to him?
Me be precious to him, Judy?
Yes, on account of it's very discouraging to boys to have a girl's family popping around and being sweet. Now, if you go down and be awfully nice to him, it'll discourage him and he'll go home.
I'm not very flattered about the way you want to use my charms, Judy.
But if I go out with him, somebody will see me with him. Oh, please help me, Mother.
But are you sure it would work? I might go downstairs and be sweet to him, and he'd simply love it. And he'd come every evening after that just to see me.
Mother, you're 38 years old.
Well, I'm still rather glamorous, though. Father says so time and time again.
Oh, Father. Really, Mother, I think it's very undignified to speak of luring Herbert in that undignified manner. At your age.
I'm rather well preserved. At least, rigor mortis hasn't set in yet.
Hey, Judy, you better come downstairs and collect this item of yours named Herbert. He's been plopped there since...
Randolph, will you please remember that you're only 10 and stop acting like you're 11?
Well, you better get him out of there. Father can't stand it anymore. He's turning green.
Who? Herbert?
No, Father.
I should have thought it would have been Herbert, knowing you and your father as I do.
This is the first time I didn't care how Father and Randolph reacted on one of my men. But if you're suffering so, Randolph, you know you don't have to stay in the parlor if you don't want to. There are other rooms in the house.
I can't drag myself away. I'm held spellbound. I'm like one bewitched. Oh, the horror of it all.
Oh, what have you been reading now?
Your collection of guys fascinates me, Judy. You always think there can't be a ghoulier one, and then there is.
Mother, will you please make Randolph stop analyzing everything?
Stop analyzing everything, Randolph. Go downstairs, dear. The heroic women of your family will follow.
Okie dokie. This may curl the braces on my teeth, but I'll go downstairs and take one more whack at it.
Judy, let me get this all straight. Where did you meet this boy?
Oh, I never met him. I never saw him before in my life.
Well, I'm sort of ignorant about these things, dear. If you never saw him, how do you happen to have a date with him tonight?
Well, it's on account of Gertie Sissenwain. You see, she wrote me this man was coming to town.
This man?
Herbert.
Oh, he's a man.
Well, of course he is, Mother. He's 18.
Oh.
So he phoned me, and on account of Gertie recommending him, I gave him a date tonight.
Well, things are beginning to get a little clearer now. All except one thing. You haven't ever seen him. How do you know he looks so awful?
Oh, I saw him.
Oh, now everything's all mixed up again. When did you see him?
Just now. I sneaked downstairs and peeked. And, Mother, he's icky, but too positively.
Mother. Yes, dear, I'm right here.
Suddenly, I see the whole grisly plot. It's Gertie Sissenwain, because I took a day away from her up at the lake last summer. And now she's getting even with me, sicking this Herbert on me. Well, I bet she's been looking around for months to find something awful enough to sick on me. And finally, she found Herbert.
And now we have to get rid of him. Well, we could stay up here and let Father and Randolph take their natural course.
No, Mother, that would be cheating.
All right, we'll go downstairs together. And working cheek by jowl, maybe we can pry the ick off the sofa.
Don't forget to give him the works.
I will. But what sort of works, I won't say till I see him. I may go for it.
Mother!
Judy, is that you? Finally?
Yes, it's me, Father. I. How do you do? I suppose you're Herbert Tompkins, I presume.
Well, Father isn't Herbert Tompkins, and I'm not, so I guess you hit it right on the nose.
Randolph, please. How do you do, Herbert? I'm Judy.
How do you do?
This is Mr. Foster, my father.
Yes, I've been talking to Herbert.
And this is my brother, Randolph.
Yes, I've been listening to Herbert.
And this is Mrs. Foster, my mother.
Oh, I'm so happy to know you, Herbert. Judy's told me so much about you.
Shall we all sit down?
Thank you. Nice evening, isn't it?
Oh, lovely. Beautiful for this time of year.
Yes, it is.
Where did you say you were from, Herbert?
Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Isn't that lovely? Cleveland's a beautiful city.
Yes, it is.
Let me see. Who do I know from Cleveland? Do you know the Dunlaps?
No, I don't.
Oh. Well, I know some people there by the name of Spencer. Do you know them?
Spencer? No, I don't.
You don't. They're in the brewing business.
I don't know him.
Do you know the Eldridges?
Well, the name is awfully familiar.
Mr. Eldridge is in the canning line. He's a great salesman. You know,
I don't know him.
Herbert, do you know the McSlap cabbages?
The McSlap cabbages. Well, I know of them.
Oh, Mr. McSlap cabbage sells snowshoes.
Oh, yes, I've heard of him.
Well, isn't that lovely? Imagine you knowing the same people. Oh, this is a small world when you think
Randolph, have you ever been to Cleveland?
Has Father, and he knows the Eldridges.
Mother, will you please make Randolph stop making up people?
Randolph, your sister says to stop making up people.
Have her tell that to me directly sometime.
Herbert, there's something important, vital that I want...
I'll never forget old Ed Eldridge. You know, one time
Father,
he...
please.
Huh?
Herbert, I feel simply dreadful about this because, you see, I'd absolutely forgotten about another engagement I had.
But, gee, I had some tickets for the show.
I'll go. Now, Randolph, nobody asked you. Oh, how lovely and thoughtful of you, Herbert, to have bought tickets for a show.
So I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid it would be the most tactful thing for you to leave before this other person comes. On account of it might be very embarrassing for you to meet. On account of the most tactful thing when you...
I'll walk to the gate with you, Herbert.
Thanks, Mrs. Foster.
I'll make it up to you real soon. Honestly, I will. Oh, I think I hear a car driving up in front of the house. You better go through the side door, Herbert. Quick, this way.
Well, good
night,
night,
Herbert.
Judy. Good night.
Good night.
Mrs.
Good night,
Foster.
Mrs.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, thank everything he's gone.
You didn't give me much chance to use my charm on him.
Oh, is that what it was, charm?
Judy, did you really have another engagement for tonight?
Of course not. But wasn't I tactful, Mother?
No, but it got rid of him.
And I'm sure Father was helping, too. What did you talk to him about before we came downstairs, dear?
Hubcaps.
Hubcaps?
Automobile hubcaps.
It was very dull.
Oh, dear, a whole evening and I'm stuck without a date. Now I don't know what to do.
You had a date.
Oh, him. I certainly must be very unpopular not to have anybody phone me. If nobody does, what'll I do?
I don't understand, girls.
Who wants to?
Oh, Mother, you answer. Because I don't want men to think I'm sitting by the telephone waiting for them to call.
Well, you wouldn't want to give him a false impression like that. I should say not.
Keep still, Randolph.
Hello? Yes? Yes, she is. Judy, it's for you.
Is it a boy?
Judy, I don't want you to take this too hard. I hate to break it to you, but it's a girl.
Oh, Mother. Hello?
Hello, Judy. This is Gloria.
Haven't you got a date either?
No.
Look, it's only 8 o'clock and a date can call anytime up to 8:30. I always give up at 8:30, so maybe we oughtn't hold up the line.
Well, you're positively right, Judy. But do you mind if I just say something quick?
Somebody might be trying to get me on the phone right this minute.
Well, just listen to this, Judy. There's a new man in town. I heard Ruth talking about him this afternoon.
There is.
Yes. And from what I understand, he must be quite the something. They call him Tiger.
Oh, a wolf?
I imagine that's the idea. Anybody called Tiger, it'd be sort of Well, you know.
You sure would. You think we could get to him anyway?
The only person who knows him that I know is Ruth.
Well, I'll give her a buzz and see if I can find out anything. Call me back if you hear anything.
Okie dokie, I will.
3, 6, 5, 4.
It isn't 8:30 yet, dear.
I know, but I'm sacrificing tonight for the future.
Oh, how brave of you, dear.
Hello?
Hello, Ruth. This is Judy.
Oh, haven't you got a date either?
No.
Well, would you mind calling me back about 8:30?
Well, I just want to say this quick. I hear there's a new boy in town, a Tiger somebody or other. I hear he's cute, and I understand you know somebody who knows him.
Hello, Edith. This is Ruth. Listen, I hear this new man in town, this Tiger, is terribly cute. I understand you know somebody who knows him, and I thought maybe...
Gloria, this is Edith. I hear this new man in town, Tiger, is too positively glamorous.
Hello?
Judy, this is Gloria. Listen, everybody is just simply raving about this Tiger. Edith just calls me, and she says he's absolutely terrific.
Yes, but where does he live or anything?
Oh, this is the funny part of it. You know your father's partner at his factory?
Yes?
Well, this Tiger is the nephew of your father's partner. I hear he's been...
I've got to go now, Gloria. Goodbye. Father?
Well, were you addressing me?
Father, you know your partner at your factory?
Yes, by some strange coincidence, I do. I met him first about 20 years ago when I was a traveling salesman, and he was...
Father, this is important.
I bet.
Father, do you know your partner has a nephew?
Well, I might have supposed your interest in my factory would turn out to be something like this. No, Judy, I did not know my partner had a nephew.
Honestly, Father, you're never any help.
I know, I'm a droopy hick.
If you don't know your partner's nephew, then you can't very well invite him here for dinner, can you?
No, I can't. Well, you won't let this make any difference in our relationship, though, will you, Judy? You'll still go on living in this house?
Father, I do wish you'd reserve your hilarity for the proper occasion.
Oh, this is not the proper occasion?
Look, Father, couldn't you go to this partner of yours and say, "Look, Pard, Randolph, I will thank you not to interrupt me when I'm speaking to Father." You could say you hear he has this nephew who's terrifically super, and you'd adore to have him come to dinner at your house.
I can see Father adoring him.
The truth is, I'd hate to lie to my partner like that. He never lies to me. What I could say is, I hear he has this nephew who is terrifically super, and my daughter would adore to have him come to dinner at our house. As for me personally, I could say I couldn't think of anything I would adore less than having a terrifically super nephew to dinner.
Me too. Mother, please make Father be serious.
I am serious. There have been enough terrifically super nephews around this place without having any more of them. And to dinner, too. A man's house is his castle. He has a right to sit down to a meal unhampered by...
Mother, say something to Father.
Hello, Father.
I don't see why anybody in this house can't discuss matters seriously with a girl when a girl is seriously discussing matters. I don't see why
Father,
everybody...
maybe you could invite this young man to dinner. I'd kind of like to see this terrifically super young man, Tiger. I'm rather intrigued myself.
If I thought you were serious, Dora, I'd say you were just as man-crazy as Judy.
Oh, I am serious. To tell the truth, I would adore to have this terrifically super nephew to dinner. I want to see what a boy called Tiger looks like. Very tigerish, I hope.
With his dripping paws all over everybody.
You will do it, won't you, Father?
All right, but I never heard of anything so disgusting in all my life. Seems to me Judy could be called Tiger. When I was a young man, girls didn't come after me with their dripping paws.
Oh, didn't they just?
Oh, Father, you're a sugar puss. I think it's wonderful you to invite him. Just wonderful. I think I'll run upstairs and try a new polish on my nails.
Is that the way girls always express themselves, by trying a new polish on their nails?
Don't be drooly, Father. I just want to see if the cerise would go with my chartreuse. I'm going to wear my chartreuse gown Thursday night.
What's Thursday night?
That's the night you're going to invite Tiger to dinner for.
So soon? Dora, do you understand young girls?
Yes, dear.
Well, I don't.
That's why I was able to hook you.
I was never hooked. I married you of my own free will.
Yes, dear.
Dora, what are you thinking about?
About Tiger. Do you remember what you used to be called when you were a young man?
Oh, what?
Bearcat. Bearcat Foster.
So I was.
Oh, you were terrifically super.
Terrifically Super. We're going to hear more about that in just a minute, but Terrifically Super is a pretty good way to describe the new Pepsodent 50 Tough toothbrush, for it is super. Well, I tell you, next time you're near the toothbrush counter, take a look at the toothbrushes you see displayed. From a distance, they all look pretty much the same. As a matter of fact, most of them are. All but one. That's the sensational new Pepsodent 50 Tough toothbrush, and it's different from all the rest. It's different because it's the only toothbrush in the world that has 50 tufts in a small, compact head, twice as many tufts as any other. It's different because these 50 tufts provide you with double power cleansing, twice the brushing contact with your teeth. And finally, because there are 50 tufts in the Pepsodent toothbrush, the individual Fibrex bristles that compose the tufts are slender and springy, gentler and easier on tender gums. That means you don't have to use a brush with harsh, stiff bristles that may scratch and bruise. Just do this. Before you go to bed tonight, drop down to your nearest store and get a Pepsodent 50 Tough toothbrush. It's the gentle, modern way to make teeth gleam and sparkle. Well, now let's see. It's the next afternoon, and Judy and friend Gloria are in a booth at Scully's drugstore, poring over fountain menus.
Gee, I don't know what to order. I'd like one of these 30-cent Super Dupers, but I suppose I oughtn't. Always get sick when I eat a Super Duper. And besides, they cost 30 cents.
I can't come over to your house Thursday night, Gloria.
I didn't know you were supposed to come over to my house Thursday night. Should I order one of these Super Dupers, or should I order a Coke?
I thought in case you were expecting me over to your house Thursday night, I can't come.
I wasn't expecting you. Listen to this, Judy. Lover's Delight. 2 scoops of maple walnut ice cream, marshmallow sauce, whipped cream, and maraschino cherries.
I wouldn't be able to come over Thursday night because I'm going to be busy.
Of course, I think the Hawaiian Dream is even better. 1 banana half, 2 scoops of pineapple ice, hot fudge sauce, and ground pecans.
I have a date Thursday night.
That's good. Shall I take the Hawaiian Dream? Though the Lover's Delight has maraschino cherries. If the Hawaiian Dream had maraschino cherries instead of old ground pecans,
I have a date with Tiger Thursday night.
Here's one called African Idol. 2 scoops of chocolate. Judy! Did you say you have a date with Tiger?
Yes, I do. Let me see the menu.
Oh, but Judy, how simply terrific. Tiger? How on earth did you swing it?
Well, he's sort of... Oh, this Moonlight Special sounds interesting. 1 peach half, 2 scoops of rainbow ice cream, maple syrup topped with
Judy,
macaroons.
what happened? How did he happen to call you? Did you meet him any place or what?
Oh, possibly he saw me someplace and thought he'd give me a ring. I think I'll have a Lover's Delight if you can lend me 3 cents. I only have 27.
Sure, but listen, about Tiger. You mean he just saw you someplace and found out who you were and called you?
I guess so.
Oh, but that's the most romantic thing I ever... Oh, Judy, it's just luxurious.
Oh, it's all right. It just happened, that's all. Yes, I think I'll have a Lover's Delight.
Oh, I wish something like that had happened to me sometime. There must be something irresistible to men about you, Judy.
Oh, it's nothing much. Hello, witches.
Oh. Hello, Randolph.
What are you two blabbing about today? I and Curly were standing outside, and we saw you two through the window blabbing. And I said to Curly, I bet they're blabbing about...
Randolph.
Oh, I have good news for you, Judy. Father just got word Tiger accepted his kind invitation to dinner on the evening of Thursday, June...
Oh!
Well, I guess that's all I know of interest to you. So long, Munches. Hello, Freddy.
Hello, Randolph. Well, girls, I'll take the order now. What's it going to be? Well, what's the matter? Did reading them Super Dupers hypnotize you?
I'll have a small Coke.
Oh, same here.
It was the most vicious and malicious thing anybody ever did.
All I did was tell the truth.
Well, you didn't have to tell it in front of my best girlfriend.
Do I gotta be careful who I tell the truth in front of?
A girl can't even have a private life without her own brother telling every single thing she does.
I didn't say you did anything. I said Father invited him. What are you so sore about? What are you so piggledy-wiggly about?
Randolph, I wish you were draft age.
I bet I know. I bet you were filling Gloria full of poop about how Tiger's running after you. instead of you running after him. And now you're all piggledy-wiggly because
Randolph, will you please stop concerning yourself with my affairs? My goodness, all you do is investigate me like the FBI. Why can't you ever leave me alone?
You're a very interesting psychological study.
That's a fine thing to say to your own sister. Suppose I told Mother you said I was a very interesting psychological study.
She'd see the point.
Really, Randolph, I've had entirely sufficient of this conversation with you. You can consider it ended.
All right, so it's ended.
It's completely at a close.
If you're waiting for me to bust out into heart-rending sobs, you can stop waiting.
Just remember this, Randolph. If anyone asks you how it happens that Tiger's coming to dinner Thursday night, just say he phoned me.
That's just what I'll say. For a girl as truthful as you, I'd do anything. Yep, that's just what I'll say. You know, Curly, my sister's being pursued by some guy, Tiger. Ever hear of him?
Sure. My sister, Ruth, she's been talking about him for a week. She's been trying to whip up a date with him.
He phoned my sister, Judy.
My sister, Ruth, she can't get a rise out of him.
He's got a date with my sister, Judy, on Thursday.
My sister, Ruth, she's been trying to angle one. She doesn't know him, though.
Nobody knows him. He's a mystery man. To everybody but my sister, Judy. They're running a big fever for each other.
Love, huh?
Like nothing you ever saw outside of a movie. He pursues my sister Judy all over the place.
My sister Ruth, she can't get a rise out of him.
Oh, I guess my sister Judy's gonna marry him.
Yeah? Well, then he'll be your brother-in-law.
Yeah, imagine having a brother-in-law named Tiger.
Oh, gosh, I gotta tell that to Ruthie. She'll certainly get a kick out of this. I gotta tell her right now. Listen to what I'm saying. You'll be interested in this, you will.
You know I'm never interested in anything you say. Go away, Curly. Can't you see I'm giving myself a pedicure?
Yeah, I can see. Wow! Have you got big feet?
Will you please go away, Curly?
Okie dokie. If you aren't interested in anything about this wonderful Tiger you're always talking about...
Tiger? What about him?
Oh, you wouldn't be interested in anything I say. Besides, you got a pedicure on hand. No, on foot, I guess. Which do you like best? On hand or
What about Tiger, Curly?
Who? Oh, Tiger. Nothing. Except that he's got a big romance on hand. Or do you like on foot?
What do you mean, romance?
Him and Randolph's sister, Judy. They're running a big fever.
Hello, Edith. This is Ruth. Guess what? You know who Judy Foster's running around with? Tiger. Yeah, and she never said a word to us.
Gloria, this is Edith. Gloria, you'll never guess who's going steady with who. Judy and Tiger. Everybody says he's simply that way about her. She must have gone in on him before any of us had a way.
Hello?
Hello, Judy. This is Gloria.
Oh, hello, Gloria.
Judy, Randolph was wrong about what he said in Scully's yesterday, wasn't he?
He was?
Oh, he must have been, because everybody in town is talking about you and Tiger, and the way he's pursuing you.
They are?
Yes, and I think it's just luxurious. Judy, are you engaged?
Engaged? You mean to be married or something?
Oh, isn't it true?
Well, there isn't much in it. I'm not exactly engaged.
Tiger, Tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. Forks on the left, teaspoons on the right.
Mother, how do I look?
Like a glamour puss.
Well, here I am. Do I look like a glamour puss?
Randolph, I'm kind of worried about this polish, though. You think it goes all right with the chartreuse?
Do I have to wear a black tie and dinner coat?
Mother, please don't let Father spoil everything. You know, if he gets into one of his usual moods...
Oh, don't worry about him. I'm positive he'll be absolutely charming when the time for it arrives.
What time do you say he was coming, Father?
For the fifth time, 6:30.
I can hardly wait.
Mother, please don't let Randolph spoil everything. You know, if he acts like he usually does,
Well, none of us are going to act like we usually do. We're all going to be polite to each other. And lovely to look at and gracious, even witty.
None of us ever did that before.
Mother, please try and get your son not to make any of his habitual remarks this evening.
Randolph, for your sister's sake, please don't make any of your habitual remarks this evening.
What do you want me to do? Sublimate my personality?
There he goes again, analyzing everything. Mother, listen. What do you think of this to say to Tiger when he comes? At last, the mysterious Tiger. Are you really as mysterious as they say you are?
Well, I think it's fair.
Are you sure I look all right?
Yes, dear.
I'm not sure.
Mother, I don't know why you never discipline Randolph. He doesn't care what he says. He says practically anything, and if he says the wrong things in front of Tiger, I'll scream.
Gee whiz, all this fuss about a goon named Tiger. My goodness, if we weren't having strawberry shortcake for dessert, I'd get sick right now. All this fuss about a
You see, Mother? That's what I mean. He'll just keep that up.
Well, I'm ready. I haven't worn this dinner jacket since the Elks Convention. I feel like a stuffed pig.
Please, Father, be civilized tonight, won't you? Just this once.
Dora, do you have to let your daughter talk to me like that? Civilized just this once indeed.
Oh, I wish everybody'd stop appealing to me to make everybody else stop doing everything. Can't anybody in this house ever stop anybody else by
Oh,
themselves?
Mother, please don't get excited now. It's bad enough I was all excited, and Randolph will probably act like a boor. Oh, if only everybody calmed down.
Calm down, everybody.
He's here. Tiger's here. Now, nobody get excited. Everybody be absolutely themselves.
I'm myself.
I'll go to the door. Do I look all right? Do my nails look terrible with this chartreuse? Well, guess I'll open the door. At last, the mysterious Tiger. Are you really as mysterious as they say?
Hello, Judy.
Herbert, what are you doing here?
Well, this isn't the wrong night, is it? Because tonight was when I thought my uncle said for me to
Your
come.
uncle? You aren't Tiger, are you?
That's what they call me. Why?
No reason. I just...
Hey, what's the matter with Judy? Her face is chartreuse.
Well, when that Judy has a date, anything can happen. In fact, it very often
Mr.
does.
Goodwin, I wonder if...
Well, now, just a minute, Judy. Before I talk to you, I want to introduce our audience to a young fellow who's having a little chat with his alter ego. You know, his other self? Listen.
And the trouble with you, the boss says to me, the trouble with you is you're a sourpuss. You'll never be a star salesman till you learn to smile.
Well, smile then, you chump.
With teeth like mine? Dingy, dull teeth? What do you think I am?
Well, that's an argument that can go on forever, but here's the solution. If you want a brighter smile, a more brilliant smile, then use the tooth powder that independent laboratory tests prove gives greater brilliance. And that tooth powder is Pepsodent tooth powder. For you see, Pepsodent's the only tooth powder in the world containing composite metaphosphate. That's why it has the power to produce a luster actually twice as bright as the average of all other leading brands. So, if you want a brighter smile, a cheerier smile, just say, as thousands say, Pepsodent tooth powder, please. Well, good night, Judy.
Good night. I had a perfectly wonderful time.
Oh, really, the pleasure was mine.
I'm not doing anything next Tuesday night.
In that case, it's a date.
I think that would be simply super.
Remember, you have a simply super date with Judy next Tuesday at the same time. A Date with Judy with Ann Gillis, Paul McGrath, and Margaret Brayton is written by Eileen Leslie and Jerry Schwartz, and the orchestra is directed by Wilbur Hatch. Now, mark this on your calendar, won't you? You have a Date with Judy again next Tuesday. Bill Goodwin speaking for Pepsodent. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
All right, that concludes the first episode of the night. I hope you all liked it, and take your 5-minute break, and we'll be back then. Yeah. And that concludes our 5-minute break. I hope you liked the music, and let's get to episode 2 of the night. Yay! Woo!
The Pepsodent Show, presenting A Date with Judy.
Hello?
Hello, Judy.
Hello?
Listen, I called you up to ask you a question, Judy. Do you believe that it's all right for a girl to have a date with 2 men at the same time?
It sure is. Bring them both right over.
We've got a date with Judy, chaperoned by Pepsodent. You know, one of the most charming characteristics of Judy is that honest, bewitching smile of hers. When Judy smiles, well, the boys just melt. And say, speaking of bewitching smiles, how's that smile of yours? If it isn't as bright and sparkling as you'd like it to be, then get high-polish Pepsodent tooth powder. For, you see, thanks to its exclusive ingredient, composite metaphosphate, Pepsodent tooth powder has the power to produce a luster on teeth twice as bright as the average of all other leading brands. So if your smile lacks sparkle and brilliance, if its bewitching power isn't all you think it should be, well, just say to the man behind the counter, Pepsodent tooth powder, please. And now smile that big Pepsodent smile. You have a date with Judy. No, that's not a whirlwind headed down Elm Street toward the Foster home. It's Judy. And at the moment, she's pretty excited about something.
Mother, where are you?
I'm right here, dear, as usual. I don't travel much.
Mother, we've got to do something about the house. Right away.
About the house? What's wrong with the house?
I mean the furniture and the rugs.
Why? They look all right to me.
Let me see now. We'll move back the furniture, maybe take the sofa down to the basement. And, of course, we'll have to take up all the rugs.
Whatever for?
Well, for dancing, naturally. What did you think?
Oh, I've given up thinking.
About the orchestra. We can be there in the corner by the piano. Now about food. Or do you think it'd be simpler just to call in the caterer?
Oh, much simpler just to call in the caterer.
For what? What would you say to lobster a la Newburgh, shrimp aspic, hors d'oeuvres, French pastry, and punch?
Well, I don't know what else is going on here, but I do know this. I'm getting hungry.
And what do you think I ought to wear? If I could only fix my chartreuse evening gown so that it'd stay up strapless and still stay up. Oh, Mother, I'm so bored with straps.
Judy, I hate to barge into your boredom like this, but would you mind telling me what goes on here?
Oh, it's all too simple, Mother.
Not for me, it isn't.
Oh, Mother, it's for the party.
What party?
The surprise party they're giving me tonight.
Who's giving you?
My friends. Everybody. I just found out. I was sitting in a booth at Scully's drugstore having a super duper.
Oh, now we're getting someplace.
Well, you keep interrupting me. I was sitting in a booth and I heard them talking in the next booth.
Heard who talking?
Eleanor and some of the other girls. And I overheard they were giving me this surprise party tonight.
Judy, I'm just a mother and I don't know very much. But if your friends came here tonight and found French pastries and a caterer and an orchestra, wouldn't they suspect that the news about the surprise party had leaked out a little?
Well, you could just say that... Well, you could say that you and Father felt like dancing a little.
And, like eating 50 French pastries?
Oh, Mother, that's ridiculous.
Well, it seems to me if they find you in a strapless evening gown with orchestras and shrimp aspic all over the place, they'd think their surprise party wasn't surprising you very much.
Mother, do you or do you not intend to cooperate? On account there isn't very much time to get everything done.
Well, I'll cooperate to the extent of sandwiches and lemonade.
All right, Mother. If the girl's own mother won't cooperate when a big surprise party is held in her honor, well, I'll just take care of things myself. That's what I'll do.
Well, you don't need to go flying out of the house like that. I guess the surprise is on me.
But, Judy, I don't feel like being dragged all the way downtown.
Oh, I'm not dragging you, Randolph. I'm merely asking you to accompany me. on account of somebody has to accompany me where I'm going.
Where are you going?
To get things for the party. There'll be things to carry and stuff.
That's me, the good old carrier.
First, we have to go get an orchestra.
What do you expect me to do, carry home an orchestra?
We are going to the hotel to inquire if Rudy Henderson is available to play at my party tonight.
Rudy Henderson? He's got one of the biggest name bands in the country. You think he's going to play at your party?
He opens tomorrow at the Bijou Theater, and if he's in town already, he'll probably have no place to play tonight. Should be very glad of an opportunity to play at a party.
Oh, he'll be aching to. I can see him falling on your neck in gratitude. Well, this is going to be very interesting. I wonder how he'll say no. 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 No.
No. You cannot see Mr. Henderson.
But this is very important. Vital.
I'm Mr. Henderson's secretary. You can confide in me. Any number of young girls who wish to see Mr. Henderson do.
This is purely a matter of business. It's about a job for Mr. Henderson.
What's going on out here?
Oh, Mr. Henderson.
Yes?
You are Mr. Henderson. I knew you right away from your pictures.
Yes, well, what can I do for you?
Oh, Mr. Henderson, this is about a job. My friends are giving me a surprise party this evening, and I would like to hire you and your orchestra to play.
A surprise party? On you?
Yes. The name is Judy Foster, 715 Elm Street. Would you have your secretary take that down?
I'd be glad to. However, perhaps it would be wise to discuss price at this time.
Oh, yes, price. Well, what would it be?
Well, my usual price is $7.50 an evening.
$7.50? Gee, that's going to be kind of hard to scrape up. I could manage about $5, though.
Miss Foster, this may be something of a shock. When I said $7.50, I was referring to $750.
Wow! $750, Mr. Henderson?
That's it.
Well, I guess I won't be able to scrape that much up.
Even if you came down to a mere $500, you wouldn't be able to scrape it up.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Henderson. It was nice talking to you. Well, I guess I'll be going. Well, goodbye.
What were you doing in that telephone booth, Judy? Establishing squatters' rights?
I called Harvey Lake and his high school Hot Licks. His orchestra isn't bad. As a matter of fact, it's as good as a big band. Any day of the week.
Except Fridays when it plays for the school dances.
I was able to hire him quite reasonably.
For how much?
For nothing.
Yes, that was pretty reasonable.
He said he'd do it just for refreshments for him and his boys on account he'll have to take substitutes on account of some of his good players won't be able to play tonight.
Some of his good players? Well, without them, I can understand. Hey, Judy, where are we going now?
To the caterers. What did you suppose? There'll be about 50 people, Mr. Newman. Now with lobster a la Newburgh, shrimp aspic, French pastry and punch, how much would that be, Mr. Newman?
Offhand, about $120.
Oh. Well, how much would it be if you left out the punch?
Maybe $100.
Oh. Well, how much if you left out the shrimp aspic?
Oh, say $75.
How much if you left out everything?
How much you really got to spend, Judy?
Well, I thought I could sort of get something for $2.
$2, huh? Well, you've been a good customer of mine for a long time, Judy. There's never been a Saturday you didn't come in for an ice cream cone or a piece of licorice. Now, I'll tell you what. How would you like a nice wedding cake for $2?
A wedding cake?
Well, yesterday I spent the whole day making a beautiful wedding cake. And today what happens? The bride jilts the groom. Now, what am I going to do with my wedding cake? What, I ask you?
Don't you ever eat any of your own cooking, Mr. Newman?
Jeepers, that would be wonderful of you, Mr. Newman. A whole wedding cake for $2.
You could get married at the same time.
The bride paid for it. I'm not losing any money on the deal. The $2 is just for the delivery.
Isn't that an awful lot of money just for delivery?
Well, you see, it's an awful big cake. Stands 4 feet high, diameter 30 inches. Maybe I better throw in something else on the deal. A little punch, maybe.
Oh, that would be wonderful of you, Mr. Newman. Just wonderful.
I'm tired. I want to go home.
Be patient, Randolph. Now, there's nothing else to do now but get a butler.
A butler?
Well, with an orchestra and a 4-feet wedding cake and all, the least we could do is have a butler. How would it look with an orchestra and a 4-feet wedding cake having Mother serve?
All right, I guess.
It would be disgusting. I wonder where I can get a butler, Randolph.
I don't know any butlers. I just run around with the hoi polloi.
If we could only get somebody like Mr. Van Twine.
The guy who used to play butler parts in the old stock company?
He was such a wonderful butler. Randolph, why couldn't we get him? Mr. Van Twine, I mean.
Are you bad? He's an actor, not a butler.
He might be very glad of a chance to play a butler tonight at my party. Why, he hasn't had a part since the old stock company closed down.
You fascinate me, Judy. What a mind. What a cranium. And hot diggity, what a party that's gonna be.
So that's why I came to you, Mr. Van Twine. I know it's asking a lot, asking you to play the part in our house instead of on the stage like you're accustomed to.
The lights go dim, the curtain rises. I enter carrying a silver tray. The doorbell rings, and I announce the Duke.
There aren't gonna be any dukes there tonight. There'll be a lot of punks, though.
Randolph, would you do it, Mr. Van Twine?
Why not? I shall wear my royal livery, the purple satin knee breeches, and the gold. Would you require that I direct the silver service, madam?
Why, yes, I guess so.
Very good, madam.
Oh, well, guess it's all arranged then.
Very good, madam.
Yes, isn't it?
There's just one thing more, my lady, if I may have the privilege of speaking my mind.
Oh, sure, go right ahead.
Would madam be good enough to address me as Jarvis? I was Jarvis in Alone at Last, which ran 4 weeks at the Bijou on popular demand.
Okie dokie, Jarvis.
Unless madam would prefer Simpson. I was Simpson in The Countess Laughs. However, that ran only 2 weeks.
Oh, well, then I guess I'll take Jarvis.
Very good, madam.
Yes, isn't it? Well, thank you very much. I guess I'll be running along now. I'll be seeing you this evening. So long, Jarvis. Come on, Randolph.
Very good, madam.
Randolph, please.
Boy, what a surprise this is going to be to those 50 droops who are giving you the surprise party. Wow.
Well, it begins to look as though Judy's surprise party is going to be really super. And if Judy has her way, it'll be the most elegant surprise party the town ever heard of. We'll hear more about that in just a minute, but right now, I'd like to tell you about a surprising friend of mine who conducts one of those early morning cheer-up programs. He's one of those characters who sounds like this when he goes on the air.
Hello there, folks. Now's the time to greet each new day with a smile, a great big, jolly, friendly grin that reaches from ear to ear. Smile, folks.
But
smile.
wouldn't his listeners be surprised if he said what he really thought?
Smile my eye. Teeth like mine, I'll just keep my great, big, jolly mouth shut.
So, you see, you never know. But the most surprising thing is that this jolly fella doesn't know that you have to do more than just talk about smiling. You have to do something about it. You have to make a smile register by making it sparkle and shine. You've got to polish up those dingy teeth. And that's just where Pepsodent High Polish Tooth Powder can help you. Pepsodent, and only Pepsodent, contains composite metaphosphate, the remarkably safe, effective polishing ingredient. Developed by Pepsodent, patented by Pepsodent, and scientific tests show it has the power to produce a luster on teeth twice as bright as the average of all other leading brands. That's why Pepsodent can do things for you that no other tooth powder can. So get a package of Pepsodent tooth powder tonight. Well, let's see. All the arrangements seem to have been made for the surprise party. Now an enthusiastic Judy rushes home, followed by a haggard Randolph.
Mother! Oh, it's all arranged. Everything. It's all Oh, perfectly marvelous.
What is?
Everything for the party tonight. We've got an orchestra and a wedding cake and a butler. Oh, isn't it all too thrilling?
Much too thrilling. What did you say, Judy? A what? A butler?
Yes, Jarvis. It's really Mr. Van Twine, but we're going to call him Jarvis. Oh, he's simply wonderful.
Wait a minute. Go slow. I'm the excitable type. I haven't got a heart condition. That is not yet. But I may get one any minute. Now, have I got this straight? You've got a butler and did you say something about a wedding cake?
Yes, Mr. Newman got stuck with one, and we're getting it for $2.
We've also got Harvey Lane and his Hungry Six.
Randolph, will you please go away while I talk to Mother?
Very good, madam.
I'm a little bewildered yet. Spent the afternoon making sandwiches and lemonade.
Wait till you see what's coming. Your sandwiches and lemonade won't stand a chance.
Oh, I better run upstairs and take the straps off my evening gown. I think I know how to make it stay up strapless. Oh, you go ahead and fix dinner, Mother. I'll run afterwards, and Father can move back the furniture and take up the rugs.
Oh, if Father knew what was in store for him, I bet he'd hurry home in a hurry.
Well, Randolph can help.
Very good, madam.
What? Oh, I'll answer it. I don't want you to exert yourself any more, Judy, after all you've done this afternoon. You must be exhausted. Good heavens! What's this?
That's Jarvis.
Forgive me, madam. I thought it advisable to come early, inasmuch as I may be required to participate in the preparations.
Oh, Mother, isn't he marvelous?
Why, Mr. Van Twine.
Jarvis, Mother.
Why, Jarvis, this is lovely of you, Mr. Van Twine. But the knee breeches.
It's in case the Duke comes.
I don't know what I'm doing. Would anybody mind if I just sat down a moment?
Very good, madam.
Hey, Mother, I think I hear Father coming up the front steps.
Stay where you are, Master Randolph. I shall announce him.
Very good, Jarvis.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name, sir?
What?
Your name, sir.
My name is Melvin Foster. What goes...
Mr. Melvin Foster!
Hey, what in blazes is this?
Our butler, dear.
Our what?
Our butler.
Did you say our butler?
Yes, I said our butler. Startling, isn't it?
Startling? Startling isn't the word. What's going on in this house?
Judy's crowd is giving her a surprise party tonight.
A surprise party?
Yes. Surprise, isn't it? So now we've got a butler and an orchestra. Oh, that's the back door. Mr. Van Twine, Jarvis, I wonder if you'd mind answering. All of us are a little too weak to make it to the kitchen.
Madam, I'm seldom required to answer the back door. In the purple livery, I seldom answer the back door. Only in the crushed camellia did I ever answer the back.
Well, just suppose you imagine this is the crushed camellia. All of us were imagining so much this evening, we might...
Very good, madam.
Did he say very good, madam?
Yes, dear. You weren't imagining it.
I never in all my life heard of anything like this. I come home after a hard day's work, and what happens? I'm announced.
Well, I got there too late to stop it.
I suppose we owe all this to that daughter of mine. Well, I don't understand, Judy. Sometimes I think she's
She sure is.
Yes, she sure is, Randolph. The things that girl gets into. A butler? Isn't he that ham from the old stock company?
He might hear you. He has a great deal of professional pride, dear. He takes his role very seriously.
It's the cake, madam.
Oh, it is. Well, come on, everybody. Let's go look at it.
Well, for the love of heaven, who's getting married?
Nobody is, but I wish Judy would. That'd be one way of getting her out of the house.
Why, Randolph, that isn't a very respectful way to speak of your sister.
Well, I wasn't serious. I really like having her around. There's never a dull moment.
Dull moment? I should say not. Look at this thing. I bet it stands 3 feet high.
4, diameter 30 inches.
I'll be switched.
I bet the surprise party is going to be surprised when they see the little bride and groom on top.
Look over there on the table, Mother. Mr. Newman threw in punch. And chicken salad, too.
I can't stand anymore. I really can't. It's too much for me. Let's sit down at the dinner table and have our dinner. I need sustenance.
I need a good stiff drink.
And Randolph, tell your sister, if she's able to pull herself away from that strapless evening gown, that we're going to have dinner now.
Okay. You also want me to tell Father that after dinner he's going to have to move all the furniture and take up the rugs?
Oh, me? I'll be danged if I will. Oh, I should think you'd be willing to leave the piano where it is.
It's got to be over there, Father, because on this side of the room there isn't room enough for the orchestra. Oh, hurry, Father. Everybody will be coming soon. Should I stand over here against the fireplace when they get here? Or should I sort of drape myself over the piano?
I wish you'd sort of drape yourself over my knee.
Mr. Randolph Foster.
There I am again.
Randolph, will you please stop running in and out of the house all the time? You're wearing out my butler.
Yeah. Nobody cares about wearing me out.
Should I stand over here like this when they come? Or do you think maybe I ought to go upstairs and come down all surprised?
Wherever you are, dear, I know you're going to be very surprised.
Oh, I bet that's them. I bet that's everybody. Where I stand? Do I look hard?
Calm down. I peeked out of the window. It's only the orchestra. Hey, are we going to hear a job of announcing now?
Mr. Harvey Lane. Mr. Skinny Slocum.
Butler,
Mr. Fetzer Webster. Mr. Jojo Duran. Mr. Oogie Schlutzhammer. Mr. Pantywaist Banks.
Well, I guess they're here.
Hello, boys. Oh, well, I guess we're all ready for you.
There's something I'd like to explain to you, Judy.
Yes, Harvey?
It's about the band. I had a little trouble. My clarinet player is out of town, and I had to get a substitute.
Oh, well, that's all right if he's any good.
Well, he's had 6 lessons. And my piano player, I had a little trouble with him, too. He had a date tonight with the dame he's been trying to date up for months, and he wouldn't break it. But I got another guy who's pretty fair. And about my trumpet player, he fell down and broke a valve.
Did he get hurt?
No, on his trumpet.
Oh.
I also have got a new man at the saxophone. He isn't terribly hot, but he's got a brand new saxophone.
That's nice.
Oogie Schlutzhammer is one of my regular men, though.
Oh, that's great.
Unfortunately, his sister kicked his drum in yesterday. Well, I guess that about covers everything. Except, I guess I didn't manage to get a violin player at all.
Well, anyhow, he'll be good.
Well, you have nothing to worry about, Judy. I'll be at the baton. You won't have a thing to worry about.
Oh, that's them. Oh, I mean they. That's everybody. Should I run upstairs and come down all surprised, or should I be sitting on the divan? Or should I be leaning sort of languorously against the piano?
Mr. Rudy Henderson.
Mr. Rudy Henderson?
Good evening, Miss Foster. I found that the boys and I could make it after all tonight.
Well, gee, that's wonderful, but $750.
Oh, forget about the money. As a matter of fact, we need a little practice. Oh. I see you have a band.
Oh, yes, but we'll step down for you, Mr. Henderson.
Oh, it'll be fine then. Shall I have my boys come in?
How many of them are there?
25. Why?
Nothing, except if you hold on, you'll hear something very funny.
If that butler announces every one of those 25 men...
I'll call him off. Mr. Van Twine. Jarvis, I mean. You won't need to bother announcing the members of the orchestra.
Very good.
Oh, Mr. Henderson, I guess I ought to introduce my parents or something. This is my mother, Mrs. Foster.
How do you do?
How do you do?
And this is my father, Mr. Foster.
How do you do? How do you do?
Oh, isn't it wonderful? Wasn't it marvelous of Mr. Henderson to come? Oh, everything's so wonderful. We have a butler and a cake and chicken salad and everything. Now, Rudy Henderson's orchestra. Oh, it's all so marvelous.
There's only one thing that worries me. When the orchestra sits down, where's there going to be any room for the party?
Gee, it's getting late. I wonder why they don't come.
Mother and Father are having fun.
Yes. They've danced 3 dances together, haven't they? Gee, it's awful late. I wonder why they don't come.
Oh, everything looks wonderful, doesn't it, Randolph?
Mr. Van Twynen, should I still be the fan or should I kind of drape myself around the piano? Oh, I'll answer it. Hold it a second, boys. Maybe they've been held up or something.
I thought this was a surprise party.
Hello? Hello, who is this? Gloria? Oh, Gloria, I don't have any time to listen to any news right now. What? What did you say, Gloria? They're giving who a surprise party tonight? Ruth! Oh, but they can't be, Gloria. I was sitting in the drugstore and I heard them say they were giving this party for the cutest girl in town. Oh, Gloria.
This surprise party is full of more surprises than anything I ever heard of.
But, Gloria, I thought they meant. They said, oh, what'll I do now?
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat a wedding cake.
What's wrong, dear? Aren't they coming?
No, Mother. I've made a perfectly horrible mistake.
That's all right, dear. We're having fun.
Fun? Boy, this is the best party I've ever been to. No people.
It's a wonderful party. 2 of the prettiest girls in town are here tonight.
Henry.
Gee.
May I have the honor of the next dance, Miss Judy?
Oh, gee, Mr. Henderson, I think that would be just smooth. But who'll lead your orchestra?
Oh, I think Harvey will if I ask him nicely. Will you, Harvey?
Will I? Okay.
Oh, Mr. Henderson, you danced so much better than any of those icky boys who might have come. You know, I'm glad it turned out this way. Mr. Van Jarvis,
Yes, my lady?
we're not at home to anyone.
Very good, madam.
Mr. Goodwin, you know what I think's going to happen next week, don't you? Gee, I'm so excited.
Well, now, just wait a minute, Judy. We'll talk about next week's date in a minute. But right now, I want to tell the folks about some date insurance. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the best insurance against a spoiled evening is to gargle for a few seconds with Pepsodent Antiseptic before you go out. It's your breath insurance because it makes your breath cleaner and sweeter. It gives, as a matter of fact, 3 times the safe breath protection because even when it's diluted with 2 parts of water, it's still an effective antiseptic. And incidentally, a real money saver because it goes 3 times as far. So before you go out this evening, stop a minute and think, is my breath sweet and fresh and clean? Will it stay fresh? If there's any doubt in your mind at all about those 2 questions, then gargle for a few seconds with Pepsodent Antiseptic, the finest breath protection we know of, and the best date insurance you can buy. Just go to the drug counter and say, Pepsodent Antiseptic, please. Well, good night, Judy.
Good night.
Judy.
Yes?
What are you doing next Tuesday night?
Why, nothing.
Then, how about a date?
Oh, I think that would be positively priceless.
Yes, you have a positively priceless date with Judy next Tuesday night. A Date with Judy, with Ann Gillis, Paul McGrath, and Dix Davis, is written by Eileen Leslie and Jerry Schwartz. Music is directed by Wilbur Hatch. See you on Judy's front porch next Tuesday night. Bill Goodwin speaking for Pepsodent. This is the National Broadcasting Company.